Confessions of a Single Woman. Internet dating. So about maybe 3 years ago, maybe. No, really, like 5 years ago, actually. I decided to try online dating from a suggestion from a friend of a friend. And she shows me at that point, Plenty of Fish was like it was the it thing, right? So she shows me her phone and she's like, Meeks, look at all these guys messaging me. I have a plethora of options here. Like, you have to try this. So I decided, okay, I'll try it, because what happens to me is that most men, when they see me in person, automatically think that I'm already with somebody. They think to themselves, oh, she's pretty, she's not single. Or for some reason, I've been told that I intimidate men by my presence because of the way I carry myself. They look at me and they say, oh, she's, well put together. She carries herself, in a certain way, so she's going to be hard work, and I want easy. So guys don't approach me. Believe it or not, they don't, well, I'm not going to say they don't approach me, because they do approach me. Sometimes the ones that approach me, they could have saved that. Every now and then, somebody decent approaches me, but not as often as you guys would think. I mean, minus the club setting, because, come on, that's what people go to the club to do. I go there to mind my business and have fun with my friends and drink, and they go there to look for somebody to take home. So, but on an average day, dudes are not beating my door down in person, right? So in comes this opportunity to join the crazy, amazing world of online dating. And at that time, I'm like, this is genius. I don't have to leave my house. I can just post a picture. And I'm a big communication person. I love communication. Communication is so important to me in a relationship. So the fact that I can have an opportunity to communicate with these people before I even meet them, and I can weed them out by how intelligent their conversation is, and if they have perfect grammar, or decent grammar, not perfect, but decent grammar, I'm like, yes, this is perfect. Online dating. Confessions of a Single Woman. Stay tuned. Confessions of a Single Woman, Internet Dating, Part 2. So, Plenty of Fish, let's backtrack. 5 years ago, this is when internet dating was kind of brand new, and it was definitely something new to me. So I was all excited, because as soon as I posted my profile, there was all of these dudes messaging me, and I was like, okay, this is cool, And as I started scrolling through, I started realizing that, oh, there's a lot of guys on here, but not a lot of them, were kind of my style, There's a lot of grammar issues. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm sorry, but this is the day and age where there's no excuses for being unlearned. There's all types of tools that you can upload to your cell phone if you're not grammar savvy and you need a little bit of help. I'm not judging, but first impressions count. And if I can't read what you wrote, I'm going to scroll right past you. But anyway, so in the beginning, I wanted to be nice to everybody, because that's just me. I'm a sweetheart. I have a good heart. So every guy that said nice things to me, that said I was beautiful, I wanted to say thank you. Even if I didn't have any intentions on dating him, or I wasn't attracted, I at least wanted to show my appreciation for the compliment, right? It's a nice thing to do. It's a lady thing to do. Not on internet dating. Here's the problem. You say I'm pretty, and I say thank you, and then you say, can we go out? And I say, no, thank you. And then I get called every B word in the book. Come on, guys. Let's be fair. Just because a female says thank you to you doesn't mean that she wants to marry you or even date you. I know this is a dating website, so, I know we're all supposed to be looking for the same things, but be fair, right? So then I said, you know what? I'm not going to say anything, because I'm not going to argue with a bunch of strange men that I'll never even see in my life, right? Lo and behold, guess who's getting hate mail because I'm not replying and I'm not saying thank you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you can't win on this thing. So it was a struggle. especially for somebody like me, because I'm, just a happy-go-lucky flower child. I want everyone in the world to love each other. So online dating is really rough in that aspect. You gotta have tough skin. So I had to learn how to have tough skin. I had to learn how to kind of use the block feature. Well, not kind of use it. I did. I used it a lot. I blocked a lot of people. And that wasn't the intent going on there. I was hoping to have an interaction with a lot of people, but I had to block a lot of people. So you actually block more people than you meet. For ladies, that is. I don't know about fellas, but for us, we block more people than we meet. So, yeah, online dating. Confessions of a Single Woman. Confessions of a Single Woman, Part 3. So now that I've gotten acclimated with speaking to people, and like I said, I'm a communication buff, so I love the communication part. I got to weed out the intelligent from the non-intelligent. It's time for me to go on some dates. Boy, did I not know what I was in for. Remember, this whole internet dating thing was something totally new to me, and I was like really excited to meet people. Needless to say, Prince Charming was not easy to find. And then when I found him, I don't even think he was Prince Charming, but that's another story for another Confessions of a Single Woman. But now we're talking about internet dating. So back to these dates. I went out with the guy who told me didn't know his right from left. He didn't know how to tie his shoes, so he wore flip-flops and sandals. He also told me that he had a fully stocked bar in his house and he likes to get females drunk. On that date, he also ate with his hands. Yeah. I went out with the guy who was nice, but he had never been to a bookstore and didn't believe that I could read a book in about 3 hours. A novel, mind you. He didn't believe me. Yeah. Asked me if I've ever been to a library before. Grown at my age, if I'd been to a library. So, let's see. There was so many bad dates that I went on. It was ridiculous. Then there were the guys who didn't actually make it to a date because they thought that, Plenty of Fish was a way to get me to come to their house. Negative. And then argue with me because I was being stuck up and I didn't want to come to their house, for the first time. And the mentality behind that was, oh, it's just a meet and greet. I don't want to spend my money on you on a date until I know that I really like you. So for all of you who are out there internet dating, holla at your girl Meeks. Plenty more stories where those came from, and kind of give you some insight, some tips on what to do, what not to do, especially for the ladies. Fellas, you might want to hit me up too, so you know what the ladies are looking for and what the ladies don't like. So yeah, Confessions of a Single Woman, internet dating.